Hello everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Skin Showcase. I'm your host Hedge, along with my co-host right here, Mr. MICRØ. We are on our, January 28, 2023. Yep, that's our showcase for this week, yep. We have a few groups of skins to look at today, which we will review from both a gameplay and a Steam market investment point of view. First, we'll take a look at this week's Rust item store rotation, and we'll follow that up with a look at any workshop submissions from the week, which could be viewed as continuations of existing sets. We hope that this information will properly prepare us to make informed investment decisions about both upcoming and existing Steam market items. If you have any insights of your own that you'd like to share with us, please feel free to contribute to the discussion via Twitch chat during stream, which you can see over there. Hello people, how you doing? Give us a wave. Hello people, how you doing? Or we welcome you to join our investor community Discord server, which is always linked below in my YouTube videos. So, yep, you're more than welcome at any varying levels. Even if you're a new person to all of this, you're more than welcome to come and join. And with that, Mr. MICRØ, we could get started. So, Mr. MICRØ,
right.
One quick thing that I want to talk about at the very beginning of this talk, because our showcase here is a financial perspective. We like to discuss the Rust skins and figure out what might be a good idea or what might be a good view in terms of what the prices of these skins are going to end up being. It is the end of January, and the prices are still good for the Rust economy. And next week, we are expecting a proper update. It's going to be the industrial update, isn't it, Mr. MICRØ? So, we, at the moment, have about 140,000 people playing still on the last month, last weekend of the month, and that's insane. When you compare it to the peaks of the previous months in the past 12 months, that's a high number, higher than peak player counts for those previous months. What I'm saying is, the momentum is still there, the prices are still good, and next week, with a White Day rotation, we're probably going to see just as many people playing for the February Wipe Day as we saw with the January Wipe Day. This, just a few weeks ago, for the January Wipe Day, we had 176,000 people playing at the same time for the peak amount. If we see something fairly close to that, things are going to look very good. And the prices of skins are only going to hold up much longer. I don't know how long it's going to go on for until they eventually go down, but at the moment, even right now, it's still a great time to sell your skins. It might be awkward to buy skins in terms of skins in the Steam market, but you get the idea. So, with a CSGO tournament just around the corner, that at least is our deadline, but that's not until May time, so we'll see what happens there. But other than that, we usually expect some very good skins to appear for a Wipe Day. As we've discussed this before, Mr. MICRØ, we assume Facepunch like to hold back some skins so that they can release them for Wipe Day. Why? Because with loads more people expected to be playing Rust on a Wipe Day, means loads more people will see the Rust store, which most likely will mean more skins will be bought from the Rust store. So what's the smartest thing to do? Hold back the skins that you think are going to sell the best. And that's what we think is likely going to happen with next week. There's also the added benefit of over this weekend, it's only supposed to be Valentine skin submissions. So all the skins that will be accepted next week were skins that were submitted over these past few weeks. So please consider watching my Tuesday workshop skin checks. You'll see a whole bunch of lovely skins there that likely will be appearing. I'm talking Tempered Smallbox. I'm talking maybe that Redemption Thompson. I'm talking all the various tier 3 armour that we've seen. So, keep that in mind. And Mr. MICRØ, sorry for leaving you waiting there. We have a garage door to discuss, don't we? So, let's just get into position and let's get started. Here we are. So, Mr. MICRØ, this week with this Rust item store rotation was quite convenient because pretty much all of the skins we've already talked about because they're all skin continuations. And, well, shall we get started with the dungeon garage door again? Much like what we did last week. We're going to make it darker and darker and darker, and wow, we immediately can see it's nice and glow in the dark. Mr. MICRØ, could you quickly lift up the door real quickly? What we also want to point out, Mr. MICRØ, could you turn the lights off real quickly? Can you see that that bar right there, it glows in the dark? So even if you have this wound up, the bar still glows. You can still find your way around by noticing the bar. Now, very, very slightly, you can also see like a lip of the the garage door kind of have a little bit of an orange outline. But yeah, that right there is a nice, useful indicator for nighttime. Clever usage of that. So if you could bring it down again once more, Mr. MICRØ, we can give it a proper look. And yes, Mr. Stepan, you've definitely got yourself right here a fully fledged deplorable collection on your hands now. With your second acceptance, we can only expect more and more to potentially appear. And we do have more to show off in a bit with our workshop continuations. But yeah, you've done a very good job for your theme, your idea, and I really like how you've used or implemented your glow-in-the-dark feature here, and how you have the skulls also emitting light, well, not emitting actual light, but the glow is actually in the skulls themselves. So that's not a light source, it's just giving off the appearance of that. So he's done a very clever job there with that. It's a very cool theme, and Mr. MICRØ, quick, it's time to do our glow-in-the-dark check. Give us a little walk, Mr. MICRØ. Oh, I should do this from normal height. So there you go. I'm standing in front of it, and Mr. MICRØ. Yeah, so the whole thing glows. We can pretty much gather that. But if you were to stand right in the middle of it, Mr. MICRØ, right in the middle, sit, crouch. Yeah, you wouldn't notice you. I couldn't notice you if that happened. So at least you have that little bit of a dead zone there. But yeah, that's cool. So we have that. Let's get a good look at the lighting. Let's see how good. Yes. And you can see how all the skulls light up nicely, differently at night time with all the light sources. And yeah, that's looking very good. Stepan, you've done a good job with this. This is a $3.49 skin. And that's something I should quickly bring up. We literally just last week had a $4 garage door. That was a very good garage door as well. And I think that's partially going to have an influence in regards to this maybe not selling as much this week, because loads of people who wanted a new garage door probably bought one last week for $4. So I don't think everybody has loads of money to go around to spend like $8 in 2 weeks in garage doors. I'm just saying. Think realistically. So let's just bring ourselves back to daytime. Now that garage door is abnormal, so we don't need to rush into buying it. We can do our builders first, and then we can consider doing it. No, Boba is not banned. It's just a silly thing we have with the Nightbot. Just that's for chat. Okay, MICRØ. We also have an added discussion for this, don't we? Because there's something that we didn't realise last week that we've come to realise now. Mr. MICRØ, shall you have a little bit of a talk? Do you want to give it a little bit of a talk first, and then we'll roll into doing what we want to do?
Sure. I mean, you pointed out that we really didn't take notice of this feature last week when we were showing off the door, and if anyone was watching from last week's stream, we had it set up over here on the left side of the stage.
Yes, we did.
We took a good look at it, but the thing we really didn't notice is just how the bottom of the door has a little bit of transparency. There's some cutouts down at the bottom there, and in fact, the door is designed with these like kind of sharp teeth looking things that come down, and that's not only a cool design feature, but it actually is a place where the artist has incorporated some transparent sections. So yeah, you have to get real down low to the ground to see that, and you might think to yourself like, wow, what's the big deal? Well, you know, a common use for garage doors in Rust that's emerged over time is including those in a style of construction called jump up. And that really refers to using a garage door to block off a passageway through your base that you would use for going from floor to floor. And it's made with a half wall and a floor section in between. You know, you might make it out of twigs, so it's highly vulnerable in a raid, and then it inconveniences the raiders for being able to pass floor to floor conveniently. But nevertheless, jump up construction is pretty common in base design these days. And having a door that provides some utility in regard to, you know, the transparent section there, it actually could make a difference for you in your base design when it comes to giving you a sense of where the raiders are, if they're raiding, or just giving visibility outside, you know, onto your roof maybe, or another section of the base, just to make sure that it's clear to pass. So this kind of does depend a little bit on the way you have the garage door installed. you'll notice in this case the garage door is installed on the side of the wall frame that's on Hedge's side right now. It's for me it's inset in the frame, and that's the position that you need it to be in to provide this kind of visibility. So if I flip that around and Hedge, if you've showed that off an adequate amount, I think you've showed that from both sides here. I'm gonna pop the door up real quick and I'm gonna flip it around, and you'll see what it looks like when it's in the opposite position. And that's
Not as much.
yeah, it's cut off a little bit. So you kind of have options. Now, garage doors don't have soft sides, so it doesn't matter which way you install it, but you might have a preference for where it's installed for the location of the roller. So keep that in mind when you're building a base using this. But yeah, it is a cutout section. The normal garage door does not have any visibility through there. It actually intersects with the floor. It goes into the floor. So that region is completely cut off on a standard garage door. So either way you install it, it's going to be providing some amount of transparency there, and you have a bit of control over it in the scenario where it's used as a jump up, and depending on which way you face it, it give you more or less visibility through there. But it's a cool feature. It's definitely not something we've seen before. I mean, we talked about this a few weeks ago with the
It was the Trust and Rust garage
door.
door. Yeah.
Yeah, the charity garage door.
That's it.
There was that door had a vent sort of down by the bottom, not quite at the floor height, but it was, a little lower than where those chains intersect on this door. And it gave you some amount of visibility, and it was like a pretty good height for doing the same kind of thing, looking through a gap in a jump up. And those are the only two doors that we've seen that have transparency at a good angle. There is another garage door that has some transparency down low, but that's been around for a while, and it's certainly been a long time since we've seen anything on the market like this. So,
I could jump, sorry. But yeah, we really did feel the need to bring that up, because you actually were talking about it for quite some time, weren't you? If only more people made like some transparency at the bottom so I could see people's feet more. And you kind of got your wish, because not only is it a cool implementation, but it's a great like thematic usage of it as well, with the spikes coming down. I'm not sure if he intended for it to be used in such a way, but I'm not complaining, he's not complaining, and well, if we keep seeing more dungeon deployable skins being submitted and accepted, this is very likely only going to get more valuable. Because like I said, because we had literally had an expensive garage door accepted last week, I'm not expecting too many garage doors of these, too many of these to be bought. A reasonable amount, but not an excessive amount. And that only leads to potential better profits if you do maybe invest into this. But yeah, times are good at the moment. What's going to happen when times are bad? Also, this is the third garage door accepted so far this year. The third. And let me remind you, how many garage doors have we had in total? Because we also had the Trust and Rust charity event. We've had 4. So it's becoming a bit of a problem. Yes, it is. We might potentially start becoming oversaturated with garage door options. Or maybe Facepunch just turns around and said, you know what? No more garage door skins for a while. They can be like that sometimes. So, yeah. Any other final points? Whoa, where'd he go? Where are you going?
Can you see my torch? If you turn out the lights, can you...
sorry. Sorry about that. Oh. No. Whoop. I got lost. I didn't know where you went. I can see it, and if we make it darker... Yes, I can. I can see it. And when you move it...
And this is with the door in the position where it shows less gap through there.
So if you spin it around...
Flip that around just one more time.
Sorry about that, MICRØ. I didn't realise you were doing that. Now, yep, just become a ghost and flick through it. And what happens this time? It's actually around the same amount. When you move around, it does spread a bit further, but that actually seems a bit more condensed, weirdly. Chat, would you agree? Does that seem a bit more condensed, that version?
We're going to try one other thing here, and I know this is sort of a departure from our planned script here, but this is the defense garage door. and this is the only other door that I'm aware of that has any type of cutouts in it. This has cutouts down at the bottom, like little vents, and this does actually give you a pretty good view of what's going on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Similar idea.
So yeah, that was the only other option that you really considered. Again, with that charity garage door that we saw last week, there's only like a small bit in the middle, so you could only see so much. But yeah, pretty cool, can't complain. And yeah, so, chat, what do you reckon? Do you want to buy some of these? Do you reckon it's going to be doing quite alright in the short term, or do you reckon we're going to see maybe some more garage doors being accepted this year? But I still feel confident we will be seeing some more interesting looking dungeon doors or rug. Come on, where's my rug, Stepan? And we of course have another dungeon skin to show off in a bit. So MICRØ, I think we've discussed this enough. Shall we move on to talking about the weapons?
Yep, sounds good.
Here we go. Let's start talking about the MICRØ AK-47. Let's get a good look at that. Aim down. A nice dark green tip. Wait, is that an animal? Where is he? Oh no, it's MICRØ. Yep. So, we were discussing this yesterday, MICRØ. Out of all of the AK skins and whatnot, this is... Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. This is actually, like, different. It's weird. It's strange, but he went there. YouPaul made a very unique looking skin here. And, well, chat, would you like to see some more eco skins being made? Because I'm not against it. He made a fun idea. He's eco-friendly, non-toxic. You could probably eat it. It's probably not got gluten in it or anything as well. So,
how many gallons of water were used to manufacture that AK head?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not a water gun, is it? But anyway.
No, but that's how they measure a lot of stuff. Water's used in so much production of so many things.
There we are.
Good to save water.
I've lost my lost my sense of bearings, but here we are. Get a good look at the Eco AK.
I like Mr. Metatron's comment. Granola AK. It actually, that's a good one. That's funny.
Oh no, we just had Christmas. I don't want to talk about cookies again. No, everything was so fattening. Right. So, what we have here is a very unique but cool looking AK-47. I like it. Like I like the design. I think it's perfectly fine for what it is. But what would you like to see next? Trail Mix AK. Oh, don't you start. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, do you like it? Because we know we have this problem at the moment with far too many AK skins. I mean, for the past 15 weeks, I think we've had 11 AK skins accepted. And it's not a surprise, unfortunately, to see that this AK is one of the, worst performing sales compared to all the skins at the moment. The AK and the SAR. So we'll talk more about that in a bit, because the SAR is also becoming, much like the AK, an item that gets far too many skins accepted. And with so many acceptances in such a short amount of time, it tends to lead to problems such as oversaturation of options, and they tend to bottleneck each other. So, you know, oh, there's a new AK, throw away the old one, get the new one. Oh, there's a new AK, throw away the old one, get a new one. And yeah, I hope it doesn't sink in the sea. Well, it might. It definitely looks like it probably could float, but... Mr. MICRØ, would you like to hold it in your hands once more? Because I didn't get a good look at it at night time. But yeah, very cool idea, YouPaul. Let's see what you make next. Maybe we will see... Oh, I don't know. MICRØ, what would you like to see?
Well, I guess you could do a lot of things with the cork theme. You know, maybe you could actually probably make anything, a deployable or weapons or clothing. I mean, you name it, really.
I would say...
Sky's the limit.
Actually, you know what I'm going to say. Thompson! But hey, we haven't had a Thompson skin accepted for about 2 months now, so I'd like to see it. But I wouldn't be surprised if he tries and just sticks with the old reliable SAR or MP5 or Python, you know. Those tend to be the weapons, the guns that get the most skins at the moment. Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to discussing the next weapon? That is the Wasteland SAR. Nope, not that one. That one. Here we are. So, bring me the daylight. It is a continue... Oh, don't worry about that. So, hello, chat. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had the Wasteland Python, and now we have the Wasteland SAR. MICRØ, I still haven't figured it out. Why are there wires coming out of the gun? do you have a proper explanation this time?
No, that's a great question. I can't really give you a solid answer for that.
It's RGB, MICRØ. It helps.
Maybe.
It helps.
You know,
so,
just gun technology.
With your current gear, if you move to the left, with Loot Leader, it actually kind of blends quite nicely, to be honest. Yeah. Let's get a good look at that. So, it's a pretty cool idea in terms of a grounded, more realistic approach for a skin. Not super colourful. It's like a crazed killer. He's keeping count of all the people that he's killed. His gun is all worn out. The colour's starting to fade. The bits of the panels are tearing off. It's a nice idea to see. Like, something different compared to a big, shiny, stupidly colourful type of skin. A wacky, slimy skin, I guess you could also say, with the likes of the slime SAR that we saw for Halloween. You know, there's always a wacky idea, there's always a grounded idea, and this gentleman is a grounded, down-to-earth, realistic approach. Andre, I wouldn't be surprised if you'll be making some more skins. I wonder what's next though. His Wasteland AK that he made like 2 years ago. I'm not sure if that's part of the collection, because that was made like 2 years ago when the permanent store was introduced with the first hazmat suit, if you can remember, MICRØ. And I'm not sure if we're going to see an AK in this version, or that old AK is still part of the same collection. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see a new AK. But yeah, it's a cool design. Let's make it nighttime. And yeah, here we are. Get a good look at that. Yep. Do you reckon it goes well with your Loot Leader, Mr. MICRØ?
I think it does, actually.
It
I
does.
think I like the sort of salvaged, rusty kind of look and feel, deteriorated, dilapidated, put together and painted over and improvised in various ways. I think that's a cool theme. I think that's really what Rust is all about.
Yeah.
I think it definitely fits that aesthetic pretty well.
Right then, MICRØ, would you like to put it on your back? Here we are. Get a good look at that. Looking pretty cool. MICRØ, I guess we should point out why you wear Loot Leaders as well. Maybe it's a good time to just kind of bring it up. We kind of treat it as a nice sort of default like option. We know Face Punchers used it for official usage in some of their items and whatnot when they first released them. It's not like super colourful, and it tends to go well with most things, or rather it helps bring out the best of their colours and whatnot, so I guess that's fine. You know, like, we didn't want something that's like insanely themed, and yeah, I think you're better off explaining it, MICRØ, if you want.
Oh, you said it right. I mean, Face Punch has used it in an official capacity several times for screenshots and artwork from within the game. It, like you said, is sort of neutral tones, and it's an older skin, so it's not going to get confused with anything current we have going on. And it happens to be my go-to, so when I'm playing, you know, so it's sort of comfortable for all of those reasons. And well, that's why I wear it. But
yeah,
if there's ever other pairings and whatnot, I'm happy to show off other combinations. But you know, this is just a nice, comfortable skin to wear.
All right, Mr. MICRØ, let's now move on to the next weapon. It is the No Mercy double-barrel shotgun. Bring us to the daylight. I saw the sun, it burnt my eyes. Right, this is, you might not realise it, the No Mercy collection is the most successful collection to get the most skins accepted. Boom, boom. It is 29 skins in. Bad Trip has been around for a long time and is, of course, the most successful skin creator as well. So, yep, what we got here is another double-barrel shotgun. No. So, if you don't remember, over the past few years, double-barrel shotgun skins used to be rare. I used to see like 3 or 4 being accepted. We saw that in 2021, no, 2020 and 2021. But in 2022, we had 11 of them accepted. Compare that with the likes of the water pipe and the pump shotgun. They only had 1 skin accepted each. So the double barrel shotgun in the past year has been fairly favoured, I guess you could say. And I'm a bit worried in regards to... Why? Anyway.
Sorry, I had the DB in my hands. I just couldn't help doing a little bit of...
camping. Anyway,
rubbing, yeah.
Turn to your left, good sir, and let's get a good look at that. So, what I'm a bit worried about is this one of those weapon skins that's going to be favoured, and are we going to see a whole lot of them? Because I didn't really dabble into it too much in regards to when we had the SAR out, but we are starting to see a trend where certain items are being favoured more compared to the other ones. AK-47, SAR, double barrel shotgun. So, yeah, this is clearly the most favourite shotgun compared to all of the other shotguns in terms of skins with face punch. They seem to only ever want to have double barrel shotgun skins being accepted. And with that, I'm a bit cautious with this because it's a $2.49 double barrel shotgun skin. Yes, it's part of the No Mercy collection, that's cool, but if we see tons of double barrel shotgun skins being accepted this year, that's likely going to suffer. We potentially might lose some money. That's not good. We don't want that, do we? So, do you get what I mean? This potentially might become a problem in regards to, trying to make a profit. So, the one added benefit is, it is an abnormal skin. This will be appearing on the market earlier compared to the other skins. So, we do have that added benefit. But in terms of the price that we might want to offer for it, I'm not super confident to go close to its rush store price. I realistically think it's probably going to end up about halfway. And I have checked in on the likes of the Tempered Collection double barrel shotgun and the Cold Hunter double barrel shotgun, and they all suffered. They all suffered pretty badly during the bad times. And at the moment, we are currently in the good times. So when bad times happen, I kind of would be surprised if this double barrel shotgun does get cheaper. It's just the unfortunate truth. It's not because of the skin, it's because of the actual gun itself. And that applies to the AK and the SAR. If you see far too many of them being accepted, there's too many options, too many cheap options, I should better say, and they all kind of bottleneck each other because you've got so many options that you could easily just throw away one on the Steam market and grab another. And yeah, so yeah, you're alright looking up there. You can't shoot the moon, MICRØ. We need it. All right, don't
shoot the moon.
No. Put it on your back. Shoot your back. Put it on your back. Do it. No, don't aim at me. Good. Right, here we are. So, okay. Get a good look at that on the back. Nice and shiny. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see some more No Mercy skins appearing this year. You might sit there and say, well, if we see more No Mercy skins, will this potentially go up in price? Well, the fact that we're already 29 skins accepted so far, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on this skin. Not all of the No Mercy skins are in the positive at the moment, I should also point out. The clothing and the armour are, but quite a few things aren't, so you'd have to look that up yourself. I'm sorry to say. Not right, I can't check right now, but yeah. So, MICRØ, I think we've gone through all the weapons. Is there anything else you might want to sit there and say in regards to that double barrel shotgun? Or the other weapons that we just saw?
Only want to explain that my shoot the moon comment was a Cheech and Chong reference. That's all.
Do you want to put on your clothes, Mr. MICRØ? Should you put on the Arctic collection? The whole set if you want. You could start off with the new pieces. So, do you have the Arctic Burlap Headwrap and Arctic Burlap shoes? I could say Arctic protection, but it's a bit awkward because the Arctic ponchos, the Arctic camo poncho, it's a weird thing. But if I just say Arctic, it's fine. So, MICRØ, can you put on the Arctic clothing?
Do you know what? What happened? I lost my pants, my Arctic protection pants.
Well, we got them just not too long ago, so you could grab them in a bit. But yeah, if you can get the burlap shoes and head wrap on first, I can talk about that. Then you can grab the other stuff, because then we can also do a camouflage check.
I just got them off the list here, and I'm spawning those in.
Bum, bum, bum,
Well,
now. Gentlemen, would you like to have in your possession a nice, cheap, affordable snow camouflage option? What we have right here is the Arctic Collection, nice and ready, available for you right here, right now. Hello, Mr. MICRØ. How you doing?
feeling good.
This is the first Burlap Headwrap skin to be accepted in about a year and a half. Those shoes down there are the first Burlap shoes to be accepted in about almost 3 years. It's been a long wait, and that is also a potential benefit. So, basically, Benji, I'll look at that in a bit. I have seen your message, Benji. I'll look at it in a bit. So, gentlemen, what we have here is pretty much almost a full collection. If you want MICRØ, get the poncho as well if you can. We have something here that, for a total cost of about maybe $5, is some very, very good snow camouflage. Especially near the rocky areas, especially with the snow biome bushes where it's just no leaves and whatnot. We'll show that off in a second. This is looking to be something that's going to be progressively increasing in price, because I know Demon keeps submitting more Arctic Collection skins. What am I saying? So basically, we still technically in the pipeline if we're going to do clothing skins that haven't had pieces except for a while. Except for this week. Demon made hide shirt and pants and boots like a good few months ago. Unfortunately, they weren't accepted. But now that this has been accepted, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a version 2, especially with what appeared this week as well. We'll show that off in a minute. But what I'm saying is, when the Burlap Headwrap and the shoes appeared, the Burlap pants, the shirt, and the poncho had a massive spike in demand. Reactionary nature of the rust economy. The poncho right now had 700 quantity a couple days ago. Now it's down to 400. Still a lot, but that's a significant amount that's disappeared, isn't it? It's increased in price up to above $1.20 for a long time. I think that's his highest ever point, actually. I think it is. So what I'm sitting here saying, gentlemen, is with the lack of Burlap Headwrap skins, well, technically speaking, being submitted, and with the lack of Burlap shoes being submitted and accepted, we're looking at something that potentially might be a pretty good investment. The shoes and the Headwrap haven't sold that much, and is there a likelihood that we're going to see any new skins of those being accepted any time in the future? Unlikely. So if you're looking at that and thinking, hey, is this a good idea? At the moment, I'm tempted. But I'd rather wait until Wednesday or Thursday, make the move then. But at the moment, looking at the sales, looking at the likely outcome that we will see some more Arctic Collection skins being made, it was submitted and potentially accepted, it's looking pretty good. And let's also not rule out, what's stopping Demon from making Arctic hoodie pants tier 2 and tier 3? Yeah. And if that happens, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if all that goes up in price again. So it was very convenient that the Burlap pants and the shirt came out quite recently, because there wasn't really enough time for people to... oh, that looks weird. MICRØ, can you slightly move to your left? Huh. That looks really weird. Right, well, one side's brighter? Anyway. Oh, he's got the No Mercy gloves to go with it. Well, aren't you stylish? But yeah, we think this is looking to be pretty good. Keep an eye on the sales. Keep an eye on that. It should be fine. But I wouldn't be surprised if Demon starts making some weapons, maybe some deplorables, maybe even the proper clothing, armor pieces as well. And if those get accepted, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this goes very nicely. But as I was saying, the Burlap pants and the shirt, because they only kind of somewhat recently came out, we didn't see enough for there to become a problem in terms of oversaturation, because if you remember, Burlap pants and shirt sold like 35,000 each. No, I think it's like 36,000. A ridiculous amount. But because the new pieces appeared quite quickly, everybody bought out the stock on the Steam market and the third-party site, so it never really had that moment to have so much stock thrown onto the third-party and the Steam market. So it's progressing very nicely. Both those pieces are now selling for $2 each. They've doubled in price. It was lovely, and hopefully we'll see some more in the future. It's all in the hands, quite literally, in Mr. Demon. What will he make next? Will he make gloves? Will he make weapons? Will he make more armour? Will he make a version 2 of his hide pants and shirt? We shall see. Now, MICRØ, we've done this a few times already. I think it's a good opportunity to sit here and showcase how good this clothing and armour is in terms of camouflage. So, do you reckon you could go on the opposite side this week? We'll try and find out where you are. And, yeah.
Before we do that, can you just go in first-person view from, not using the camera and look and see if the pants exhibit that same phenomenon with the shading issue that we saw in the debug camera? That could be a problem just with the debug camera you're using. Look at it at nighttime. I think actually maybe I do kind of see it in your camera there, even in the day.
Arctic, blackout.
Yeah.
Arctic, blackout. Arctic,
you see that
blackout.
Issue.
Right.
You like that with other burlap pants?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, shall we?
Here, I'm gonna put them on. Here, you tell me if they look, if they do that same thing.
Very well. Regular. No, not bad. Not so bad, but yeah. Huh.
It's the same. It's the same effect, though.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. Not so bad though. If you have the regular burlap pants on, it's not as dark as... No, it's not as dark. I think that might be a skin issue. I never thought we could reach the day where I say that. It's a genuine, not skill issue, skin issue. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just how he textured it. That's a weird thing to find out, isn't it? Yeah. Go on then, go hide. Go, yeah. Right. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm gonna be off to somewhere on to your left from where you are right now.
My left.
Your current left.
Okay, cool. So just say when you're ready.
I'm just over here looking for a little spot. I don't know where I'm gonna hide.
So I'll leave you to do that.
You're right here.
You're about to see how good this camouflage is. MICRØ, are you nice and ready?
I think so. Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. All right.
You don't want to sell it too hard because I don't know how good this spot is, but.
Oh no, I did see you. Yeah, I could see a little bit of your face.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Ouch!
But that was pretty good. Do you just show off the position in a bush? There's a couple bushes over there.
I think we used this bush over here last week.
Yeah.
Any amount of terrain that has a little bit of snow on it, or just anything to break up the line of sight, it really does a lot to block your, to conceal your outline. It's amazing.
You can't see him, can you? Even when I aim down, it's really hard to even see you there. Now that you moved, I can tell you there, but yeah. Very helpful. And even amongst the rocks, you kind of blend in quite nicely. That is going to be very, 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 very helpful. Right. Yep, if I was just running along, I probably would see the body shape, but yeah, no. Right, MICRØ, can you hide again with our other clothing? Can you hide with the pizza collection? I'll take my time. So yes, now we're going to bear witness to the wonderful camouflage of the pizza collection. Yes, gentlemen, because not only did we get Arctic skins being accepted this week, no. We also saw, to my surprise, hide shirt and pants being accepted. The first hide shirt and pants skins to be accepted in about 6 years. I don't know what went wrong before, but what does he say? You wouldn't have seen the peen. But scold him, Mod. Scold him. Are you ready?
Are you? I'm ready. I'm in another spot, opposite side. So
right.
You'll probably see me.
I wonder where that pizza man is. Where is he? Are you still in the same spot? You did put on the pizza stuff, didn't you? That was the joke.
Yep, I'm a little further off to the.
I see you. Now run along the snow. I don't think that pizza collection is very good in the snow biome, Come on, quick. You got 30 minutes, you. I need you delivered here quickly. So
I think
yeah,
it might be pretty good in a desert biome.
it probably would be. We would have to check that up. If we move, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more pizza collection at some point in the future. Nice and hot. Good job, Mr. MICRØ. Get yourself in position. Get a look at this tasty fella. So, you could probably remove the poncho just for the first bit, then put the poncho back on in a minute. But yeah, we have the first pizza hide shirt and pants skin to be accepted in about 6 years. The pizza collection has continued, and I'll be honest with you, I was very surprised to see this happen. Not hating on it, I just. So there is another thing that we should point out, isn't it, Mr. MICRØ? We've seen a bit of a trend where the last week tends to be a bit more lenient, a bit more wacky with the picks. And to follow up with that, what was accepted for the last roster rotation of 2022 in December? Pizza collection as well. So what we've noticed is you would usually see people who don't really get that many skins accepted and maybe some wacky ideas being picked. That's a trend that we're starting to notice with the last week of a month. So keep an eye on that. Maybe we're going to see more things like that in the future. So for the first week, things that are expected to sell a lot, and for the last week, wacky ideas and people that don't really get skins that accepted that much. So what we have here is a very nice, tasty looking pepperoni, mushroom, peppers, olives, cheese, tomato on a lovely baked pita bread. Can we take a bite of you? No, I'm joking. So, yeah, if you could remove the poncho once again, because we do have to focus. Shut up! Put the poncho off. I need to see the shirt. So, as I was saying, chat, some people really do like to have a skin for every single piece of items and whatnot that they might go through. And I'm pretty sure some of you at some point, at the very least, have used... Oh, yeah, you can spin around. That's going to be... yeah, keep it nice and warm. In the hot taste... In the hot... yeah, the lights are keeping you all nice and cooked. So what I was saying was... we see a lot of people that do like to buy skins for every single item in the game, and some of you definitely have at some point used hide shirt and hide pants, and, well, would you like to dress up as a pizza? Because the other two skins for both the hide shirt and the hide pants are expensive. They're worth like $10 plus. A lot of you out there, you ain't got $10 plus for a shirt and a pants. For that money, you could just buy a hoodie and pants skin and whatnot. So multiples, to be honest. But yeah. This is your first hide shirt. I've already said this many times, but you get the idea. What I'm going to sit here and say is, I wouldn't expect to see lots of these in the future, unless we have a poncho situation where face punchers like, wow, this sold a lot. Let's go accept loads of hide shirt and pants skins from now on. So maybe that could happen. We'll keep an eye out. But remember, like the deer skull mask last year, we saw one deer skull mask being accepted for Halloween, and about 2 weeks later, we got another one accepted. I was a little bit panicky, wasn't I? I was a little bit panicky because I thought, oh no, we're going to see tons of deer skull masks being accepted now. But no, it was only 2. So maybe we will see more. Like I said, wouldn't be surprised if Demon makes an Arctic hide shirt and pants skin version 2, so that potentially might be on the horizon. But I think it's safe, and we know. And someone did ask. We asked Jimmick, didn't we? Are you going to be making some more skins? And they did say we do plan to do that, but they wanted to take a break. They wanted to take a break, but they are considering making more clothing skins. So that is on the horizon. Chat, what do you need? Do you need boots? Do you need pizza boots, pizza gloves, pizza burlap headwrap? Honestly, we
need a rock that's like a bowl full of garlic knots.
We
That would go good with this.
We need like your whole head, and like Pac-Man, but its lips are the crust. So like the bandana, but 2 sides of it. So one slice on the top, one slice on the bottom, and you just got a little bit in the middle. Jimmick, I am literally feeding you a perfect idea. Not only did I give you the perfect idea of a pineapple pizza recoil target, but that as well. So there's lots of potential for it. It's very wacky, I know, but I really want to shoot pineapple pizza. Please give me the opportunity to do so. So, MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to sit here and say in regards to what you're wearing? Do you feel ridiculous, or do you feel nice and tasty?
I feel great. I feel prepared. I heard Russ is going to start including a pizza biome soon, in addition to the snow and desert and grass that we're all familiar with.
That, yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
have a fourth biome that's pizza land, basically.
yeah.
So
This is what we really do need in Rust. We need things like this. Industrial update, pizza biome, pizza,
yeah.
pasta, put it in a box. I shouldn't read this. I shouldn't sing the rest of this song. Anyway, so yep. All right, MICRØ. Any other words in regards to the skins that we've had this week? If you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, what would you recommend looking out for potentially buying? At the moment, in terms of sales, both the Arctic clothing and the pizza skins look pretty interesting, pretty tasty. The Garage Door does have potential behind it, but what I should say is the recent Garage Door skins that were accepted this year are slightly below their Rust Store price now. That has happened. Unfortunately, with the weapons, I'm very cautious about it because, as I said, they get accepted a bit too much. So, at the moment, it's just the clothing I'm feeling fairly confident with. MICRØ, any extra words you might want to say for this current Rust rotation? Because, of course, we have quite a lot of workshop continuations to show off in a minute. So, MICRØ, get that pizza out of your mouth.
No, I think we got it covered here. Even just the bandana by itself is a nice little accessory. Nice way to accessorize your fit. I like it.
Have you ever seen that gif of the very happy dog with the pizza in his mouth? Right then, MICRØ, let's start talking about the workshop continuations. To start off with, we have a wooden door. Dun, dun, dun. Now, this is not necessarily a continuation, but you probably remember the design of it. Do you remember Christmas? Do you remember the nice little Christmas tree wooden door skin that we had? Well, Sean Mick decided to make a regular wooden door with the same scheme. So technically speaking, I'm looking at this thinking, we'll allow it as a continuation, because it quite literally is the same idea, but just regular. But yeah, get a good look at that at night time. Sorry, MICRØ, you were fanning your light at it and I didn't have it on. I had daytime on, so yeah. Do you remember how the wood looked a bit weird at night time? And well, you can see this now. If you can move around, Mr. MICRØ, we can see it happen. Yep. It looks a bit strange. Now, what we should also point out is there is a glow-in-the-dark version. Do you have the glow-in-the-dark version, MICRØ?
I don't have it here. I mean, I could go grab it if you want to see
Yeah,
it.
I think we want to see it. Yeah, I think we should, just to let people get a good look at that. It does look a bit weird, the glow-in-the-dark one, so we'll see that in a minute. But hey, for a nice, unique idea for a wooden door skin that we see right with our eyes, it's perfectly fine. And, well, my eyes. But yeah, the wooden door was very nice, sold quite nicely. It's still selling for a fairly decent price.
Oh, put it backwards. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I can immediately see. Yeah. And now, there we go. If you could turn off the lights. And then, well, you can already see it. Do you like that? I thought it was a bit odd. Did he do it the right way? You know what you can do? You can go to the workshop page and you could say, maybe you should change it a little bit, or maybe you should try this instead. Do consider going to workshop pages now, offering your critique. Speak to the creators. You could either motivate them or guide them to a better idea. It's not like they're not against it, you know? So, at the moment, I look at that. It looks strange to me, but I don't hate it. You know, I've seen many wooden doors, but that definitely stands out.
It's unique. Yeah, and that's what I really like. And one of the things I most appreciate about the workshop is that, like you used a phrase there, did he do it right? There is no right or wrong. There is no rule that says you have to do it one way or another. There's actually a conversation going on in one of the Skin Maker Discords right now about baking glow. And I realized after reading through that, that's very different from the way I do it. So, and I'm sure that there's more than just those 2 ways to do it. There's probably 10 ways to do it. And it all just what works for you and what looks good and what gets a result that's pleasing to the eye. And if you like this, that's a W. I mean, I think it's
well,
an
speaking
interesting
of
design.
W, keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
He's keeping that momentum going from the door that got in around Christmas time. It definitely fits the same style. I think it's cool that it's nice and simple, and it's based around the whole idea of like kind of like woodworking. This is the last door was certainly like an artisan type woodcraft type of door, and this is done in a very similar style, just using planks of wood assembled in a decorative fashion. So it definitely fits the theme. He's kept it to the same concept, but taken it in a new direction. So you be the judge. You like it? Pretty cool.
Right. Now, I can't sit here and say it's a W glow. Now I can say it's a W glow. Right, sorry, I had to.
I just heard and felt a collective head slap go out around the world.
Come on, that was perfect. Shut up. Right. Let's now.
Hey, there's Samota in the chat.
Hello,
How you
Samota.
doing there, bud?
How you doing? Samota, are you making your Valentine skin? Because you had one accepted last year, didn't you? Are you continuing it? Tell us now, quick. But whilst we wait for your answer, gentlemen, we have... Oh, he just finished it. Have you uploaded it? We could take a look at it, maybe. It's a continuation. Hey! That's what we need to know. That's what we like to hear. So... let's get a good look at this next skin that we're about to talk about. Yes, gentlemen, we have the glow-in-the-dark blue... Oh, no, this one doesn't glow in the dark, does it? Could you turn the lights off, MICRØ?
This is the glow version, I think.
No, it's not.
It's not? Oh, I did that to myself.
You did that to yourself and everybody watching. So we can get a good look at it at the moment whilst you go grab the glowing one if you want. Gentlemen, JJ has decided to continue his collection with the double sheet metal door, Blue Lotus... door. Yeah. Very cool. Don't take it. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, there is. Okay. So, yep, this is the glowing version. Oh, wow. Get a good look at that, chat. Get a good look at that. It's all purple this time. Do you remember how each of the Blue Lotus skins had a bit of a purple? No, the whole thing is purple now. We call this spirograph, correct?
I mean, that's a clever reference, I guess you could say. I mean, I thought it might be something like a graph you could do in parametric coordinates, but it's really just sort of a geometric design with a bunch of circles arranged in a radial pattern. It's cool. I mean, it's definitely it's got like a dream catcher kind of look to it or something like that. I mean, but it's it's in the name. Lotus flower has got that sort of concentric type of petal arrangement. So I think it's nature inspired. I think it's geometry inspired. I think it looks cool. I mean, the nice blue and purple tones in there look neat, and just the line art that appears once the lights go out. It's got a cool design as it is when it comes to the normal map, but then the glow map also works really well on top of that. So
that was just
a cool door.
That was just for meta. And Stilty, oh, we're doing this now. The whole thing glows. There's no point.
Yeah, but it is sort of subtle. Like if I guess if you were just parked there, you'd still be sort of visible if you were looking for me. But you might not notice me at a glance if you were just looking quickly.
If only you could. If only we had Blue Lotus spirograph glow-in-the-dark clothing.
Oh, I'd blend right in. You'd never see me then.
Yeah, it'd be camouflage for the door. Right, Astorti, I read it. I read what you said. And yes, Astorti, I would believe if this was accepted, the Blue Lotus small box would go up in price. It is a trend I have noticed. Deployable collections, when a new piece is accepted for that, we do see pre-existing skins going up in price. Now, there's one exception. That's the Dungeon collection, unfortunately. The Armored Door didn't go up in price that much. Well, it did go up in price, and then it went immediately back down in price, so that was awkward. But yes, that is a thing that we do notice. Samota, I can show you what the continuation is via DMs. I just need to fix a few things, that's all. Well, Samota, we weren't going to show Valentine skins off for the video. That's going to be for next week. But if you want to do it for the stream, I'm more than welcome to do that. Like, you take your time. We're going to be talking for another... Oh, I don't know. We could probably do another hour. But there's no rush, mate. We will show it off to the stream if you want to get it nice and ready. And that's to all skin creators. If you want to turn up to the stream and say, hey, Hedge, I've got a new skin, we can show it off. Like, I do that pretty much on my streams every every Tuesday. We take a look at all the skins with my stream, where we look for all the new skins, and we talk about maybe it's a good idea to invest into this or invest into that because there's a continuation we see there, and well, that is something we will be talking about for Valentine's, and yeah. So, yep, skin creators, if you ever want to drop into the stream and say hello and say, hey, I got a new skin, we can put an effort in and we can look at it and you get the idea. So, yeah, Blue Lotus, double doors, I think that would be a very welcome addition. If it gets accepted, I think it would be a very nice investment because double sheet metal door skins at the moment selling very nicely. And yes, if that is accepted, Mistress Doughty, wouldn't be surprised if the small box goes up in price because of that. Don't forget, we also had the large box last week, so either of them. All right then, Mr. MICRØ, are you all right? Shall we move on to talking about the likes? Is there anything I should say?
I have one request, and that is, could you just show, just pan the light over either one of those Blue Lotus doors, just scan it through the sky a little bit to get light at various times there, because this normal map I think is pretty cool looking, and it just deserves to be shown off with some light there. I don't know, is the sun helping out with that at all? Maybe
Not
I
greatly.
can do it with my headlamp.
Yeah, we're gonna need to do that.
It's a cool looking normal map on there.
Yeah, wrong door.
Oh, you're looking at that door. I'm looking at this door. I'll do it over here.
But yeah, a very nice bit of reflection. You can see the outlines. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That looks cool. So yeah, you did a good job, JJ. Keep up the good work. Where's my rug? I desperately want rugs and Thompsons and yeah, double doors. I would like to see some more double doors. That would be nice. Where's my water purifier? I'm worried about hitting this new desk. By the way, I have a different camera view, I guess, because I've got a new desk now. I've got so much room. It's scary. But yeah, all right, cool. Shall we start talking about...
Fun fact, actually, Hedge got lost today at his desk. It's so big, he got disoriented, and we had to go search for him. We sent him on a search party.
Yeah. It was too big.
This was the face he made. He said, ah!
Right. So, yeah, we should point that out. I'm starting to notice a trend. Every single Volcano door has a different, reaction. One of them was angry. The sheet metal door was angry. The box that we saw last week was a bit perplexed, but this one just looks like he's frightened or he's aghast with something. So let's just get a good look at this. This is your Volcano garage door. Get a good look at this, gentlemen. We have a continuation of the Volcano collection made by Mr. Lacramp. Could this potentially be appearing in a rust door rotation near you? I would be kind of surprised, simply because we've had so many garage door skins accepted already this year. So let's go make this nighttime. MICRØ, are the lights still turned off? Because we definitely want to get a good look at this at nighttime when you show off the light on it. Because if you can shine your special minus hat, MICRØ, you can see the wonderful job. Lovely piece of work. With all the rivets of the lava, the rock. Very, very nice. Yep. Get a good look at that. Now, MICRØ, if you could just, emphasise it as I turn to the sides a bit, maybe. See how all the nice reflection. If I turn to the sides of here a little bit. Cool. And now we'll go back to daytime. So yes, gentlemen, this is a potential new collection, a continuation of the Volcano collection. I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see some more things. What would you like to see in terms of another Volcano skin? We've already got the furnace. We've got the sheet metal door. We saw a large box last week. We've got the garage door here. What deployable skin do you reckon is missing? What do we need next? MICRØ, I'm going to say it again. But if we had a Volcano rug, then we can literally play The Floor is Lava. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, alright? That's an idea. A rock? He made a rock before. It wasn't accepted. So, yeah. Also, yeah, Jimmick could also make a rug. What's that pizza? What's the pizza style called where it's rectangular and you cut it into squares? What's the name of that pizza? Where's my rug skins? So yeah, this is This has been good. This is nice. I like it. And I want to see a different face, LeCramp. What's next? Disgust? Envy? Or jealousy? One of them. Anyway, a year ago I would have said no way this gets in, but since they are no longer that strict on the garage door skins, need to look like they're able to roll up. Yeah, you're right. It was about the summer of 2022. We saw our first garage door skin to be accepted that didn't look like it could even roll up. This right here clearly doesn't have that, but yeah, that's definitely a leniency that's happened recently with Face Punch. You used to not be able to do that. You used to not be able to have see-through doors and whatnot, and well, there you go. MICRØ?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing to me? Get off.
I'm just prepping for when the floor is lava. I'll just stand on your head and I'll be fine.
What about me?
I didn't think that far ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
Here, I'll stand on this box. There we go. There's actually room for 2. Hop up.
I'll do it in a minute. I've got to talk about it. So, Mr. GBG and Mr. Trigger, they have decided to make a JPEG large box. Let's get a good look at this. There's 2 versions. That second version we're going to have a bit of a discussion about, so we'll hold on that in a minute. Shut up, Meta. It's cool with its design. Yep. So, looks like they're bouncing back in with some JPEG deployables. Don't blame them. They're still waiting on that tier 3 to potentially being accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if the JPEG tier 3 is accepted for Wipe Day next week, and we might see this in the future. Because this is, per its theme, pretty good looking box. Now, does it glow in the dark? Let's just get a good look at that. And no, it does not. So, if we could just rise up, get a good look at it over the sides, get a good spin around, and you wanted to see it with the lock on? Yeah, you've removed. It's lost the JPEG. No, it's just rubbish. I'm joking. You need to make a JPEG lock. I've lost the words. Code lock. But yeah. Right, so that's the version 1. And version 2 is going to be a discussion point. So sit back, relax, because here we go. Recently, we've been noticing a bit of a trend recently with the skin creators where one of them decided, you know what, I'm going to make a storage that's going to be the beginning of a storage collection. Now, if you don't know what a storage collection is, that is the likes of Neon storage collection, you've got Scientific storage collection, you've got Graffiti storage collection, the most recent one that we had, that finished just towards the end of last year. You've also got the likes of Supply Container, and what was the wooden one that didn't glow, that came out like 2 years ago? Was it X something, MICRØ? What was it called?
Yeah, X Point.
X Point, that's it. But all of the people that make these now make a glowing version. So as you might have noticed, when we went to nighttime looking at the other box, you noticed that this was glow in the dark. So not surprised by that. But we need to talk about this. We need to talk about what we have in front of us. So conveniently, this is technically a continuation of the JPEG collection, but this would eventually branch off, become its own collection if it was picked. And what happened with the last storage collection, which was Graffiti storage collection, was it got to a point where loads of other people on the workshop were trying to become the next storage collection. And me and Mr. MICRØ, back around July, August time, were reviewing them, weren't we, MICRØ? We had about 4 or 5 different sets. And we were talking about the issues with pretty much all of them lacked a nice sense of unique design and individuality. Basically, everyone seems to make a storage which has a colour and a name, a different font, and that's it. That's all they change. Maybe a different picture. But they lack the extra something to make each individual box unique and special compared to all the other ones. So the issue there is, okay, Neon Storage didn't have it, but that, technically speaking, was the first full-fledged storage collection because it had like 18 accepted. Then we had the likes of the Scientific storage collection. But what Scientific storage collection did differently was it changed every single box to have like different formulas. It had different like scribbles and schematics in every single box. It had that extra special uniqueness. With the likes of the electrical storage, you had the electrical waves. What do you call them, MICRØ? Electricity. What's it called? You get what I mean. There was some formulas for the likes.
Sorry, I was on mute. I said a sine wave would be the
Sine
typical
wave.
description. Yep.
That's it. With the likes of oil, the fuel storage, you had the likes of the chemical compounds and the elements for what's in oil. You had a schematic of a car. With the weapons one, the guns one, you had the schematics of guns and bits and pieces, different parts of the guns, blueprints and whatnot. Basically, that storage had everything. Every different storage had something unique about it. Then you look at the likes of the graffiti storage. With the graffiti storage, it used its font to make like a different theme for every single week. The clothes storage had patches and bits like stitched together and sewn together with patches and whatnot. The boom storage used the font to actually be the explosion for the boom picture. You saw the likes of the armor one looking like it was bolted in and secure. There was lots of cool stuff. The medical one, the meds one, had like bandages wrapped around the font and whatnot. Just that extra something to make it unique makes it look. We believe it's what will help a storage collection improve its chances of being accepted. And unfortunately, GBG and Trigger, you lack that. Because it definitely comes across that you're just going to change the colour, change the name, change the picture, and that's it. And I know that sounds mean, but it's facts. Scientific and Graffiti managed to make something special and unique for every single box. What can you do? And then it also brings up the issue of this isn't the only startup for a new storage collection. So MICRØ, you definitely will need to start talking for this one. As we mentioned, there was a video made by TDG whilst I think it's the second or third to last graffiti storage was being made. When he showcased it in his video, he actually passed on word from the Facepunch devs themselves. They said, please don't make any more storage collection skins. We want to take a break for the rest of the year. Well, that year has come and gone. Now it's January. And people are now starting to make more. One person did it like a week or two ago. Now there's like 3 or 4 people doing it now. And of course this one is one of them. Is it actually time, or is it perfectly fine now to now go ahead and start making these storage collections? There's no word that's been given to us. But then there's also the issue of, will they even say a word? Do you know what I mean? So, MICRØ, if you could step in here. Come on, where are you? Stop dancing. I don't pay you for that. Well, not only for the intro, maybe. Where are you? Where are you? There we are. Wait. There he is. Wait, where'd he go? There he is. What are you doing? What's this? Is this all of the other storages that were submitted recently? Wow.
It's a bunch of them.
Wow. Yeah. We've got quite a selection here, don't we? So, I don't have the names of all of them, unfortunately. I think this was the casino one. I don't know who made them as well. I can't remember. I know. Yep. I know One and J made this.
That's right. So the scrap box it's called the Casino Scrap Storage. That's made by Zinc.
Yep.
The that blue looking guns box.
One on J.
Yep, that's right. And then you have the smelted guns box. That's made by Shedmon. Yep. And then the comic meds storage box is made by Scropin.
Yes. So, what we are starting to see, gentlemen, is this happening. We've got 5 different storage collections that have been thrown onto the Steam market. Not Steam market, sorry, Rust Workshop. And we haven't had the all clear. There's no message that's been passed on to say, yeah, it's fine to start doing this again. So, like, MICRØ, what do we do? Yeah,
it's a great question. You know, it's something that we got word of last year towards the later part of the summer or going into the holiday period. The directive came out: no more storage collections for a while. And that was official word, and everybody put the brakes on that. And I think a lot of us kind of breathed a sigh of relief, because when there's an ongoing storage collection, that's 12, 15 weeks where nobody's getting a large wood box accepted unless it's for like a holiday event or something like that. So you as an artist, you know, you really don't get a shot. It feels like the line ahead of you is very long if you wanted to try to get something in. And even then, the pattern we saw was like one large storage collection back to back with another, with not even a break in between for some other loose boxes or just, you know, clever designs to be brought in. So that's why the word went out. No more large storage collections for a while. As I started to say, everyone kind of felt a sense of relief. I say everyone, I'm speaking for the community. I think the feedback I've heard is that a lot of people are like not sick of it, but they're happy to hear that there's a break. And in the meantime, we've seen quite a few individual looking boxes that that are very nice. And we finally have an opportunity for people to explore some other designs that don't necessarily constitute a set. And so if you look at that JPEG box, that's just the JPEG large storage. I think that's clever. I think it works with the JPEG theme. It may be a bit much to try to stretch that into a storage collection of its own and branch off in a whole other
Yes, does it
segment of that
stay as a
collection.
JPEG collection, or does it become its own collection?
Right, right. Now it becomes almost a second collection or like a collection within a collection.
Sub-collection.
So that's getting so complicated. You know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but the question is that what the community wants? I mean, we've become, I wouldn't say saturated with storage collections, but we have seen, you know, how many storage collections even just in 2022. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
if you go back to the neon, we've had 4 or 5, maybe even dare I say 6? I don't know. We've seen a lot, and we've seen many attempts at various collections, and now, sort of out of the blue, we've had a few people throw their hat in the ring and try to test the waters, so to speak, to see if Helk is ready to go back to accepting one of these. So, no, we haven't had an official word passed out yet. We don't have information on that. The idea did come up in TGG's last video. You know, he mentioned he hasn't heard anything. We don't know if he's going to inquire about that or not, or if we'll just have to keep waiting and seeing. We may get an official announcement. Okay, the door is open again. Large storage collections are open for submission. Or maybe it'll take someone from the community, you know, being persistent with their submissions to kind of get him to open up and reconsider that. I mean, we saw the first person submit theirs. I I don't know if it was for sure. It might have been Why Not J with the electronic
I
storage
believe
collection.
J was the first proper one, because he actually
Mm-hmm.
submitted a second one this week, whereas all of these other 3 ones appeared this week. Or rather, this
Mm-hmm.
Scropen's one appeared a bit later, didn't it? It appeared a few days ago. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Was he the prime mover here on a new wave of large storage collections? I mean, it certainly doesn't seem like a coincidence that 4 separate artists tried their hand at initiating a collection here. It seems to me more like the first move there was sort of triggered a FOMO situation, fear of missing out. Just like you ever take a flight on an airline and you get to where you're going, and that first person stands up to get their luggage, and everybody stands up to get their luggage, and the plane's not even at the jetway yet. So I think we all maybe need to just calm down here and wait for some signs. And I think the sign will be, you know, after a few weeks of people attempting to submit these and we just don't get any type of reaction out of Face Punch, I think that'll be the sign that's like, hey, we're not ready yet.
You know what I
But
think is going to happen? I believe it's going to be when these appear in a top picks, because there's a lot of them there, isn't there? TGG also mentioned it in his most recent video. Even he doesn't know at the moment when he looked at the gun storage. So when there was only one, he did also say at the moment he doesn't know either. So maybe word will be put out, because next time he's going to be showing off about 5 of them.
yeah.
So,
And maybe, you know, maybe once that happens and a number of them starts getting submitted, there'll be sort of an initiative at that point to make a statement to say like, hey guys, don't put all your effort into doing this because we're just not ready yet. You know, maybe we'll hear something like that.
yeah.
But it'll take, you know, at this point now, I'm sure we'll see a couple more of these in TGG's collection, because these are all certainly eligible for acceptance as far as I'm concerned in terms of quality, workmanship, and design. Here, they all look pretty unique and
Well,
pretty
I
well
will butt in
crafted.
there. Unfortunately, 3 of these boxes lack the individuality thing I was talking about. I've already discussed it with Y9J because he made a med storage where he added like a heartbeat monitor on the rim, so at least he did that. Shedman I've discussed with, like I sat here and said you could probably make a version 2 of this and add like bits and pieces of guns stuck in the rock because this is all supposed to be like smelted and like, you know, like just things like that. That'd be done. Just something extra, something special. I don't know what you can do in regards to this. I mean, I've never managed to speak to Zinc before. And in regards to Scropin, I guess Scropin is the one that's in the lead in regards to that because he does have these extra symbols here and whatnot. Like all the pluses would be symbols in terms of games, symbols for when you're gaining health and whatnot. So you do have that. I do like his design, but my one criticism is we literally just had Graffiti Collection, which was kind of themed around the font. But hey, yeah, that's my one criticism. It's not a big one.
You make a good point. You make a good point. My statement about these being eligible was really more so in that they all have a highly detailed and custom. All the maps are present. They're at the level of artistry that we've certainly seen many other things at this caliber. But like these are all very nicely done pieces of work. Now, you've raised the bar there by establishing another criteria, which is to have each of them have their own individualistic style elements that play off of the intended usage. So rather than just changing the font or changing the text, keeping the font the same, putting a new graphic on there, that is kind of bland, I suppose, when you put it next to something that has a highly customized design that's well thought out and special for each type of contents, and that's, I would agree. I would prefer to see something that has those individual style elements. I made this comment once before, a few months ago. Everyone's been stuck in their base at nighttime, and they need, you could sit in there and just stare at the wall or smelt in your furnaces, but maybe you're in there organizing your boxes. But if you're in the base and you're looking around, it's nice to have something cool to look at. It's something. It's more than just the functionality of a glowing box. It's also sort of like a style thing. It looks cool, and to have those individual little things, it's like, I don't know. You remember albums? Albums used to have these really intricate and detailed things you could pull out. CD jewel cases have a fold out liner. That's really cool stuff to sit there and look at while you're listening, and it's the same kind of thing with these pieces of art. Really, these skins, with all the little details. It could take you a while to sit here and look at every little element that's been added.
All right, MICRØ, I think we need to stop talking about boxes. All right. I can't stand the sight of them anymore. I've got to move on. Okay. It's good that we have another skin to talk about. Okay. No! It's another box. Well, at least this one's a small one. Because I believe Cheese did bring up a nice point. Why don't we have small box collections? I mean, that would be nice. It would be different at the very least. So, hey, if you're a skin creator out there and you've just seen the whole discussion, we don't have a small box collection. It's not a bad idea, just pointing that out. But anyway,
we've seen some attempts.
We have
some attempts.
Duck tried to do it. He tried to get small neon storages accepted, but that didn't work out, unfortunately. But anyway, let's start discussing this small box. It's the tempered small box. And you just know, as we make it dark, what do I see? It glows in the dark. Get a good look at that. So we got that weird... No, I don't want to say weird, that sounds mean, but do you remember the strange pattern, the lighting that we had with the large box MICRØ? If you start fanning your light towards this... You start to notice like the shapes. You might have to get a bit closer. Get a bit closer to it as if you're standing over it just to get a good idea. No, I don't think we can see that because of the... Oh, now I can. You can see how the light kind of reflects a bit differently. But yeah, gentlemen, we have seen a trend with the tempered deployables where when a new one is accepted, the pre-existing ones get a jump in interest, a spike, and prices go up. The reactionary nature of the deployables. But yeah, we've seen that very recently with the likes of when the tempered large box was accepted, the garage door and the sheet metal door went up by about 50%, almost doubled in price. And if we do see this potentially being accepted, will we see the same thing happening with the other skins? Most notably the large box, because I made a short video quite recently discussing the issues that the large box has at the moment with 38,000 sales and with so many on the Steam market, and initially it did have tons of them on the third-party sites. Is it going to suffer, or will it thrive if this potentially gets accepted? Because when people know that when a collection is going to continue, and they're very likely to see more skins being made for it, well, they tend to buy out the skins that already exist. And the one thing I did notice was when this was submitted, there was like tons of them on Skinport. Yeah. Over 100 of them were on Skinport. When this was submitted onto the workshop, like 100 of them disappeared. Not sure if they're bought, not sure if they're just removed because the guy selling them realised, oh, this could jump up in price again. Maybe. But yeah, this is most likely not the last tempered deplorable submission either. We should point that out. We would expect more. Gentlemen, what tempered skin would you like to see? I remember someone saying tempered furnace. Where's my tempered water purifier? Tempered rug. Tempered double door. Tempered double armoured door. Yes. Milio. It seems to be a case of now that the likes of a double armoured door skin is only being saved for something extra special. Milio, your tempered collection is extra special. It's been around since 2016. Please consider making a double armoured door so I can buy tons of them and sell them for tons of profit. Please. But yeah, this small box would be perfectly fine if it was accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people buy it. I'm not sure if this is going to have as many sales in comparison to like the large box, but I still would expect it to be quite a comfortable profit as time goes on. Like, expected. Small boxes tend to do quite alright now because they have a lot more space compared to last year. Well, ever since the update last year. And, well, a lot of people do use them a whole lot more and they get a lot more usage. And, well, skins get used more as well. So, all good. During these good times, all small boxes were in the positive. All small box skins. So, keep an eye out for that. Let's see what happens. And what did you say? Neon small box collection equals $100 boom box. Tempered Twitch trophy. Shut up, that guy. Tempered bottle. Shut up, Trackma. We shouldn't listen to these viewers. We should get a good look at this furnace.
Keep the creativity flowing. I like it.
What we have in front of us is the continuation of the dungeon collection. Yes, I alluded to this earlier, didn't I? We have right here a very cool looking dungeon furnace with skulls all around it. And yes, the fire pieces, the torches are on the side as well. Get a good look at that, gentlemen. Now, I was expecting another door, was quite surprised to see this, but I'm not against it now that I see it. Again, he makes it as if the light is panning all around it and the skulls are affected by the light of the torches, when we know it's not actual light, it's just emitting a glow texture. And MICRØ, I see that you're wanting to do your lighting thing, so if I sit still, we can see how the bump looks. So there you go, MICRØ. You can do your little pan around. MICRØ is flying in the sky, spinning round and round, showing it all off to you. Chat, do you like the imagery? Do you like the skulls? Is it nice and shiny? Do you enjoy it? Would you like to see this being accepted? Gentlemen, what dungeon skin would you like to see being made next? Now, I've constantly said the joke about rugs, but I genuinely think if and I'll look at the garage door for this. If Stepan took this imagery of the brick wall with the skulls and put it onto a rug, You could then put your rugs all along the walls, and you too could make it as if the whole of your base is made out of skulls, and it makes it look like an actual dungeon. That was my idea. I actually messaged him directly and I said, you need to do that. That would be a cool idea. And I think he said, yeah, but then he said, but I'm making a furnace. So, yeah. I think this could go further. I think the collection is thriving very nicely, and I wouldn't be surprised if this potentially gets accepted based on the continuation of the collection. But it does have competition, and you can see it right there. Now, what we have here, technically speaking, isn't a continuation, but it's a loose continuation. This is made by Jessin and Xenia Paris, I believe. Yeah, we'll move on. So, basically, you know the Dragonhorn collection? You know the Toxic Dragon collection? Well, what I have right here is the Ice Dragon Furnace. Yes, now you also might realise that this isn't the first time I think this has been made. I think it's the second. Just know, Ice Dragon skins have been made before, but they weren't accepted, unfortunately. But I get the feeling Jessin probably realised, right, if 2021 was for Dragonhorn, if 2022 was for Toxic Dragon, maybe 2023 is for Ice Dragon. And, MICRØ, if we could take a good look at that in a second, because I want to see what this is like when we turn it on, because this looks really nice when you turn it on when it's like dark. So MICRØ, let us proceed with that. Get a good look at that. That right there looks really, really cool. That right there has won me over. Now, I'm sorry, Stepan, but how could you say no to what you see here? Now, I can make it look even better. When you make it dusk, it kind of stands out very nicely. If I could just make it like candy floss skies. Yeah. Yeah. Now that looks really nice. Jessin, you weren't successful getting this accepted before, but I wouldn't be surprised if this gets accepted maybe next week. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. This is a very, very cool looking furnace. And that potentially will be the beginning of the Ice Dragon selection. Because in all fairness, the Ice Dragon, the Toxic Dragon, and the Dragonhorn, they're technically the same. They're dragon skins, but with a different theme. And this is the begin. What are you doing? What have you done? Right, hello there, people. So you might be a bit confused because we just cut. So basically, we just had a graphical issue with this. So we just spent about 5 minutes discussing how we didn't think the lighting worked with this. Turns out, this is a random graphical issue that can happen when you spawn skins in. The reality is it's supposed to look like this. Much better. So, if you're very confused by the sudden cut, I had to do that because this was an issue. Let's go give it its justified look. Mr. MICRØ, what do we have here? Chat, we just figured out the imposter skin and now we got the real one. Get a good look at this Glacial Visage furnace made by Trix. It's been a while since our last Glacial Visage skin to be accepted. And yep, I can't believe that happened. We were so dismissive. Well, I wasn't, but yeah. The other one, yeah, not so good. This one, much better. So yeah, much nicer use of blue. Stands out very nicely. And then, in pure darkness, really stands out. It looks cool. Chat, my apologies about that. That was out of our control. But it was really funny that it happened.
Yeah, I'm glad we spotted that. It's definitely something I've seen before, and the fix is just like spawning a bunch of them. So
yeah,
we threw down 10 of them, and the 11th one popped
out. Broke a door.
And that's really just related to the plugin, I think. I don't think that would happen in a normal game situation.
Yes,
so.
Crypto, I definitely am not an iceologist. Or an ice wizard. So yeah, I think we've given this enough look now. My apologies once again to you, Trix. Didn't realise that was the case. It did. We knew it looked odd. And turns out it was odd because of a glitch. So we have good eyes. Thank you very much, chat. You are very helpful. Alright, MICRØ, you may dispose of this for now because we have sleeping bags to talk about. So, Right, so what we have here is a continuation of the Ice collection by Red Rex. Get a good look at this, people. We have the Ice sleeping bag. Yep, it's ice. It's nice. It's ice. It's there. It's there. Sorry, I don't know really what else to say. It doesn't glow. Nope. Looks alright, but yeah, like, I've looked at so much ice at the moment, I'm a bit fed up. I'm joking, but yeah, not a bad idea. It can't hurt to try and see if he can potentially get this accepted. If you aren't aware, Red Rex had some ice skins that were accepted last year in early 2022. Very, very nice. Do we have any ice enjoyers in the chat? Yes. Even though it's cold right now during the end of January. Probably got another month or so until it starts to warm up, depending where you are in the world. But yeah, cool looking sleeping bag. Doesn't glow. Let's see if you can get a skin accepted, Mr. Red Rex. And over to the right, what do we have in front of us? We have the sleeping bag from hell. Gentlemen, if you're fed up with ice, if you want to get nice and cozy in the boiling heat of hell, well, it's right there. It's nice and toasty. It'll probably keep you warm, probably too warm. All you got to do is just summon a demon or two, and yeah, this is your sleeping bag from hell. Yep, the chains are for keeping it secure. So yeah, Sir Q, I hope you're doing all right, bud. I saw your message. I won't go too far into that, but I hope you're doing all right, bud. I'm sorry that I messaged you at a bad time last time. But yeah, you've made a very good looking skin here. And you've been successful with this collection, haven't you? Towards the end of last year, we saw like a few skins. We saw your Satchel Charge, your Rug. What else was there? There was another skin that I can't remember, unfortunately. Double Armored Door. Yes, you were quite successful last year of this collection. It's been around for about 3 or 4 years now, hasn't it? So, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this potentially will be the first box... sorry, same box. I would be. I've seen so many boxes. I would be surprised in the slightest if this right there will be your first From Hell collection skin to be accepted for 2023. Looking pretty good, and it glows in the dark ever so nicely. I think it would go very nicely with that rug. Chat, I keep saying it. So yeah, that yeah, cool. MICRØ, any words you might want to say?
Nope, I think it looks good. I mean, I don't mean to say no. I have nothing to say. It just, I think you said it all. It's a welcome addition to the collection, and I think it looks great. And I look forward to seeing it in game,
yeah,
potentially.
Hopefully that gets accepted before Emilio Frito decides to make another tempered sleeping bag. We shall see. Right, so that is the deployables all done. Sorry for the long talks, chat, and the accidental mistake with that. But yeah, we can now start discussing. Oh, we got a whole bunch of tools and weapons to take a look at now. So let's just grab this all in order. Yep. Do you see the banana man? Open up the white sand. Hear me. Sorry, I'm remembering the song. So we got the banger LR. We've got the caution Thompson. Got the Don't throw that at me. I'm having fun. Stop it. Stop throwing your bananas at me. Anyway, gentlemen, what do we have in my hands? It is the Hatchnana. No, sorry. It's the banana hatchet. He called it the Hatchnana. That's not my joke. That was his. I know it's bad. Blame him. Blame Mr. Debsky. Because he has decided to help you lot get your 5 a day by whacking rocks with a big fat banana. Debsky, where's my banana longsword? I want to run around with a big fat banana and whack people with it. And that sounds weird, so I'm going to stop. So yeah, are we still all right to have longsword skins being made? We haven't had one for about 5 years.
Sure.
I mean, we've had hide shirt and pants. Debsky, it's in your hands. Quite literally, make a big banana longsword, and I think we got a good chance of seeing that potentially get accepted. But yep, for now, gentlemen, you have your banana tools. Let's just. Oh, okay, yep.
Any big banana enjoyers in chat?
Not
I'm
that.
sure there's a few out there.
And now we're going to go take a look at Mr. MICRØ. Hello, Mr. MICRØ. How you doing? Give us a bit of a spin because you also have the pickaxe on your back. So, yep, give it a nice spin and yep. And let's go take a look at how that looks. And then we'll get up close to the hatchet. So he's got like this, I don't know what you call this, but you know, the skin's a bit like damaged to flame. But of course, because of, you know, you've been whacking it against trees and whatnot, so that looks pretty good. You've also got this like wooden texture. Is this from banana trees, or is it just like the husk where you can turn it into like a rope of sorts? I don't know, but I do like that we have the banana sticker still there. Every banana's supposed to have a sticker on it. So, yeah, no, I like it. How about you swap over the tools, Mr. MICRØ, from hatchet to pickaxe? Oh, he's got a big banana there. Is the hatchet on your back? Let's just quickly check. It is. All right, just making sure of that. So if you want to do a nice quick spin, Mr. MICRØ. Yep. I can quickly take a drink. All right, so strike a pose, stand still, and let's get a good look at your pickaxe. So yes, gentlemen, it's got a little bit of bruising. It's got a little bit of bruising, but it's still good. It's still good. You could still whack rocks with it. You could whack skulls with it. It's still good. Chat, would you like to have some more banana skins? Would you like to see the banana tools being accepted? Mr. MICRØ, spin around so I can see the hatchet on your back. There we are. Perfect. Is that something you'd like to see? Please consider going to the workshop and voting yes or no. For all of these workshop skins that you've seen so far today, please consider voting yes or no. If you feel like it could be changed, or if you feel like the need to give some critique, please go ahead and just send some messages. Hey, I think you could change this. Hey, I reckon you could probably do this a little bit differently. There's nothing wrong, you know. You have an opinion, pass it on, and maybe it'll be listened to, and maybe they'll consider it. It's as simple as that. Right, Mr. MICRØ. Do you have any words about the bananas before we move on to guns?
Nope. I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely works with the theme of the set. Don't have a lot more to say there. I mean, it's a cute idea. I guess we can only just wait and see how far Helk wants to run with the whole banana theme. Do you want to be dressed as a banana head to toe, in and out, just...
Oh no, the banana
fully
suit.
banana-fied.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
people would want that though, wouldn't they?
There's gonna be people slipping and falling all over the place.
Oh, what
banana
a shame.
peels everywhere.
Right, let's move on to discussing the Wonderland Python. So, I think this is a loose continuation. Because what we're referencing is the Sunrise collection, aren't we, Mr. MICRØ? If that's correct. Right. Made by Keke. We have a... Oh, that's not helpful. White aim sight tip. Not helpful in the snowy environments. Nope. Yep. Nice, bright and colourful.
I'd be wanting to use this set in the forest biome, I think.
Yeah.
When he had the hoodie and pants on the workshop, I looked at those in the forest, and actually I did some screenshots for that listing. But I thought it looked really cool in the woods, and you know, it definitely, that set, the clothing at least, definitely does stand out. It has a very bright appearance to it, but in the right kind of conditions, that can work to just present an unusual outline to the eye. If I feel like that could actually work in sort of a stealth kind of way in the right circumstance. So other than that, it's just a really standout and wild looking skin with little eyeballs all over it staring at you, and just the, I don't know, sort of like psychedelic kind of color scheme. I mean, it's just, I think it's cool. I really think it's a neat looking skin, and it's definitely a departure from some of the more standard looking things like the SAR that we have on the skin on the market this week. So there's definitely an opposite end of the spectrum there when it comes to like grounded and down to earth kind of things, and this is just wild and out there, and I love it. I think it's cool.
What's the word I was about to say? Well, first of all, do you want to put it on your hip?
Sure.
Oh, that's trendy. Yeah, nice, bright and colourful. Stands out very nicely with the loot leader. We said that earlier, didn't we? So, yeah, looks pretty cool. I wonder if he decides to try and get some deployables accepted with that. Because, didn't he make a sunrise door?
Mm-hmm.
And if he were to make a
It's a large
Wonderland...
wood box, too.
If he were to make a Wonderland door, then technically speaking, wouldn't it become separated and not a continuation? Because he would clearly distinguish them separately. I guess we'd have to consider that, wouldn't we?
It depends how you define a collection or whatnot. I mean, it's definitely different by name, but as far as appearances and style goes, I mean, I think it's, clearly from the same family. So
yeah, I mean, we said that with the Dragonhorn, Ice Dragon. Sorry,
we saw it with the Arctic protection, right?
Yes, we did. So
and modern military. So there's
military. Yep, that's fine. So okay, I think we'll move on to the next one. Is there anything else you want to sit there and say in regards to the Python, Mr. MICRØ?
Nope. I think it's cool.
All right. Okay. What do we have next?
Go vote.
Yep. Go vote. Right, what do we have next? It is the continuation of the Banger collection. It is the Banger LR 300. Oh, that froze a little bit. That's good. Ow! Ow! That was not necessary. That was mean. So, what we have here is a nice bright reddish pink tip. Yep, looking very nice. Yes, very nice. Cool. So, that should be helpful most environments. As we move along, we can see that that stands out pretty much in most colours. So, you're going to enjoy that. Banger Collection, you did throw a hatchet at me. Banger Collection has been doing quite well recently, hasn't it, Mr. MICRØ? Can you also check my Luminous LR300 in the video, thanks? Nothing. Is that a continuation of a collection? AKA...
Not. We could do it maybe after the
okay,
video
we could do it afterwards. But yeah, nothing. Our criteria is for all of these workshop skins that we're showing off, it has to be connected, or rather a continuation of a collection of a skin that's already been accepted. Much like how we just showed off the Wasteland. Did we show? Oh no, I haven't yet. We're about to show off a skin soon that has only got one skin accepted so far. So, yeah. So you have to have a skin accepted first, and then we'll show off all the things that come afterwards, if that's okay with you. So yeah, that's how we make it work. But for the stream, we can show it afterwards if you want, buddy. We can make sure we do that. Okay, so Banger Collection. Doing quite alright, isn't it, MICRØ? We've been seeing a lot of those skins being accepted, and it's doing quite alright. It's been doing quite alright indeed. Same pattern as per usual, nothing wrong with that. It's the theme. We got the gun, finger gun, pew, the little bullet there, bang. Then you got the pow. You got all the yeah. You could have saved that for when I zoomed out. But yeah, looking pretty good, Mr. MICRØ. Would you like to put it onto your back? Happy with the this LR300, Mr. MICRØ? Or you got the booms and the free hits right there. But yeah, MICRØ, any words?
Well, I mean, these guys keep churning out stuff. I mean, they're like a banger factory over there. I mean, they're just one after another. I mean, we're seeing all these items added to the collection. They all seem to be very coherent when it comes to getting this style in place. And another great job from these guys. I mean, they've definitely used up all the space on the gun. They got a cool color scheme there. And well, just have to sit back and watch, see what happens.
So, like, they've been quite successful, Michael 3D and CD. Like, recently they had that locker accepted as well, and they're on a roll. Like, it's nice to see. There's a lot of people that only had a few skins accepted, and now they're suddenly getting like 10 or 15 skins accepted. So, it's nice to see. There's more experienced people now. Well, I guess you could probably say that. Or successful. You know what I'm trying to say. There's it's a nice bit of diverse amounts of people that have had skins accepted and collections continued. So, because we did have a long gap between when the first few Banger Collection skins were accepted and the later half, and we're in the later half at the moment. Oh, are we staring at you, Mr. MICRØ, still? Well, let's give it one more quick look. How about we have the nice pinkish skies with the... Well, Aurora Borealis is still up, so... Are you disappearing? No, come back. Oh. But yeah, get a good look at that. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop and please consider voting yes or no. MICRØ, let's now talk about Thompson skins. So, MICRØ, you're telling me this is a continuation. I have unfortunately forgot. What was the last caution skin to be accepted? I legit.
Yeah. This goes way back. This
How
is,
far back?
Very far back.
How long? If you can.
Believe it or not, this collection has 22 items in it total. Not all of them have been accepted. That's 22 items submitted. But this is a collection by Bad Trip that includes hoodie and pants that are from 2020.
Yeah.
There's a crossbow from 2018. There's a SAR that's also from May 2018. The Python, I won't give the dates on all these, but that's from 2018. There's a garage door, a sheet metal door, a large wood box, an AK, tier 2 road sign set. There's a bolty, there's a revolver. So this collection is pretty thorough as it is, and it's cool that he's decided to pick this back up and make another addition to that.
Yeah, I'm being laughed at now because people are even surprised that I couldn't remember this. Unfortunately, I couldn't. We have had a few of those happen quite recently, where random new skin from in connection to a skin that came out like a few years ago, and I'm like, wait, what? Seriously? I remember a Cobalt collection.
Cobalt SAR. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, I was like, wait, hang on a minute, this is a continuation because the skin creators said it themselves in their description. And I saw it. I was like, oh wow, oh damn, that's old. So yeah, but what we have here, gentlemen, you know I like my Thompsons. Regardless, that's going to sell nicely. It's a Thompson skin. We don't see many of them. It's been about 2 months now since the last one was accepted. Recycler Thompson. But in terms of, remember what we said earlier, more realistic, down-to-earth, grounded ideas for skins. This is definitely in that category. And if it is part of a collection, I wouldn't be surprised if it potentially gets accepted, but it does have strong competition. And I said it at the beginning of the stream. It's up against the likes of the Redemption Thompson, isn't it? And with next week being Wipe Day, would we see this being accepted? Or will we see the likes of Redemption Thompson being accepted? We also have another Thompson to show off in a second, but yeah. Strong competition, or maybe we don't even see a Thompson skin being accepted. That could very likely be the very likely outcome. Maybe it's going to be a Python skin, oh dear. Or a SAR skin, or another AK. We can't get enough AKs, please give us more AKs. Yeah, so. But I think the fact that we've got an AK and a SAR skin accepted this week is because they want to release different skins next week. So, I fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice yellow skin, nice yellow tip. Should be helpful most environments. Why are there silver bars in the magazine? To kill werewolves, clearly. Why are you even questioning it? MICRØ, can you quickly hold it in your hands again?
Sure.
It's just because I didn't see it in the night time. They really should. That is actually something Facepunch should consider doing for Halloween. Turn all the animals into werewolves. When it's night time, they turn into werewolves and they chase you down and they kill you. That'd be fun. It'd be scary, but it'd be fun. It'd be a proper survival game, wouldn't it? What's that, MICRØ? Are you Kill Bill?
This is the caution hoodie and pants. This is like the match pair for this Tommy.
Cool. Sorry, I just was surprised to see it, but yeah, Kill Bill. Spin it around, Mr. MICRØ. Spin it around. Yeah. All right. So, let's move on to the next Thompson, Mr. MICRØ, if we can. We have, unless you have any other words to say about that one. I think we're wrapped up with that.
Nope. I think you captured my sentiment there when you mentioned the Cobalt SAR we saw recently. I think it's cool to see some returns to some of the older collections and just tie the two eras together and have some overlap there and, you know, bring people back to the old days, maybe, and it could potentially stir up some interest in some of these older collections that have been by the wayside for a while. So,
Yep. We will.
Looking forward to seeing how that pans out.
Wouldn't be surprised if we do see that happening more. We're probably seeing a point now. I mean, like even the Volcano one was like a year old, wasn't it? That was a fairly good one, but older, maybe. And as I said, Ice Dragon over there, that was actually a redo. I think. I know Ice Dragon skins were made before. I don't know if the Furnace was a redo. I'm 50-50 on that. Technically speaking, Glacial Visage is about 2 years old, so nice to see that being appearing. So, yep, nice to see. Right, time for a new collection, which is of course, it's the Wasteland collection, continuing with a Thompson. No colourful aim sight there. Reload it. Still got those wires. Still don't know what the wires are for. Oh no, I do. RGB. How could I be so foolish? So, let's go say hello to MICRØ. Let's go say hello to MICRØ. Hello, how are you, MICRØ? Do you think you look cool? Yes, he does. With Loot Leader, that blends in. Ow! It does look good with Loot Leader. Realistic, grounded, down to earth. And yes. And let's just come on, darkness, my old friend. It's time to say hello to you again. Yep, chat. It's not super colourful. It's not super wacky, but it's a grounded, down to earth, realistic approach. How could you hate that? So, Mr. MICRØ, any other words? I think we've already talked about this collection enough to describe our feelings. Are you pairing it up with caution again?
Can't hurt.
Can't hurt.
It's easy and convenient to try, and Crypto Punisher suggests that they go well together, and I can't argue with that. I think they do. They got the black and yellow, and they look cool.
That does look kind of... I would agree with you. That kind of does blend in quite nicely. All right, then. All right. Looking pretty good. So yeah, could this potentially flourish and become a new collection? We have seen a few skin collections start off fairly recently. El Diablo, Cybercode. What else have we seen fairly recently that's become something? I guess that's enough. On the top of my head, I know that. I was about to say Banger, but Banger revitalized itself. That's the answer. So, alright, that's cool. MICRØ, we have one more weapon to show off. I didn't realise that. Oh dear. Right, well, I better go grab it. It is a collection that we haven't seen for quite some time. We have the Gothic Warlord pump shotgun. Oh no, did I hit you? What a shame. Didn't get me. Right. What do I have in my hands? It's the Gothic Warlord pump shotgun. Hello. This is made by Mr. Novarum. Oh, get a good look at that design there. Get a good look at that design. Yep. So, we've had quite the discussion about pump shotgun skins towards the end of 2022, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And we
had some ups and downs there. It was a bit of a roller coaster for a while. But...
So we did see a recycler pump shotgun eventually being picked. That was nice to see. And I already mentioned it earlier. We had 11 double barrel shotgun skins accepted. We had 1 water pipe skin accepted. And we had 1 pump shotgun skin accepted in all of 2022. Could we start off this year with a nice new pump shotgun skin being accepted? This is the Gothic Warlord. I remember the tools. I can't remember. Was there another Gothic Warlord skin accepted? It was the AK, wasn't it? Wasn't it the AK? Didn't we have an AK accepted? Mm-hmm. That's it. Oh, Rainbirds raided me. Thank you very much, Rainbirds. Hello, new people.
All right.
Oh, he did it to me. Oh, damn it.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
It shouldn't be this way. No. I don't like this. Hello, gentlemen. We're doing a Saturday skin showcase. We're taking a look at all of these skins that were accepted this week. We've also just looked at all of these potential skins that might be accepted because they're skin continuations of collections. They're all dancing, MICRØ. I can't stop them. How do I stop them? No, they're having too much fun.
Keep dancing.
So, hello, people. I'm just holding in my hands the Gothic Warlord pump shotgun, as you can see here, with a nice helpful red aim dot sight. Shoot that, reload. Very good. And we're going to hop over to here and take a look at Mr. MICRØ. Mr. MICRØ, give us a nice little spin. Yep. Let's get ever so closer to you, MICRØ. No, well, not that much. Hey, whoa. Don't be silly. I don't need a numpty. Right. And we need to make it dark. And here we go. I like the design that you've done here, Mr. Novarum. You've done a pretty good job. Chat, do you like what you see here? Is this a pump shotgun skin that you'd like to see potentially being accepted in the future? Would you like to see more pump shotgun skins to be accepted in general? I mean, blimey, it doesn't happen that much, does it? But yeah, we've got a very nice looking pump shotgun skin there. It could potentially be accepted, but you know what you can do to help support that from happening? You can go to the workshop right now and you can vote, yes or no. The workshop page, you could also offer your support. You could say in the comments, hello, Novarum, I think you did a pretty good job. Or hello, Novarum, I think you could change it a little bit. Here's my suggestion. Communicate, talk, and you can help them out. So yes, good position there, Mr. MICRØ. How about we get it on your back? Mr. MICRØ, can you put it on your back? Let's get a good look at that. Oh, wow, that's looking very nice and shiny. Yep. Okay. So, MICRØ, any words you might want to give out with your opinions?
Hell, I think this is a great addition to the collection. I think it's got a cool blend of like some glossy parts and some more toned down, realistic vibe to it. So it fits that closer to grounded, closer to like a realistic kind of almost like a blacksmithy kind of vibe, rather than something that stands out and is very flashy. But you know, as we said before, there's a little bit of room for both. This just kind of leans more towards the realistic side, if you will. I mean,
yeah. Well, you did a good job, and it's nice to see.
I like that tribal design he's got on there. It's pretty cool.
So, like, Novarum was a skin creator that got his first ever skin accepted last year. Gothic Warlord, so nice to see. And to all of these new people that just turned up, this is something that we do every single week on a Saturday, the Saturday Skin Showcase. So as I said, we show off all the skins that are accepted, and then we show off skin continuations that appeared in the previous, in the current week. So this was submitted earlier this week. It's a continuation of a skin collection that has had a skin accepted before, and we, the skin investors, like to keep an eye out, and we make considerations if it's a good idea to invest into the skins that are already accepted before. So, if you like what you see, as I said, please consider voting yes or no. Alright, so MICRØ, it's time to start playing dress up, because that was the last weapon that we needed to showcase. Would you like to whip out the Leopard skull mask? You've got to take off your miner's hat now, alright? Don't moan, don't cry.
I can. I just want to make sure that we're doing this in the appropriate sequence. You skipped over one on our list here.
Oh, I
Was that intentional?
did. That was a mistake. Mr. MICRØ, I've made a mistake. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to put on the Arctic Protection Riot helmet? You could whip out all of the... what was that?
That was my glasses. I can't wear them along with the helmet. Sorry about that.
I can't see without my glasses. Right, well, gentlemen, we talked about the Burlap collection just a little bit earlier, and I did allude to the fact that we very likely will be seeing some more Arctic collection skins being submitted. And what we have here is a Riot helmet that looks like a little cap, sort of. What do you call them? What do you call them? What are those cap hats called? I know you see them more in America. What are they called, MICRØ?
Well, I mean, to me, this looks like a batting helmet.
Kinda. Well, yeah.
If for all those baseball players out there, I'm really not sure what else you mean. I guess I could see sort of almost like a jockey helmet style too, but I think it's really based on a baseball helmet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, look at the stitching. It's ever so nice. Look at the stitching. Sorry.
Are you thinking of like a trapper hat with the little flaps that go down over the ears?
I think it is. I think it's called a trapper hat. Yeah, I think he's tried to make it look like a trapper hat in the style of it keeps your ears warm. And yeah, because it's a Riot helmet, so you're kind of constricted with what you have. But if you had to make a trapper hat, that's probably the best way of doing it. And the way he's kind of added the texture of stitching and whatnot really does give me the impression that this is supposed to be a trapper hat. And then we also have the question of, when was the last Riot helmet skin to be accepted? Valentine's 2020, 3 years ago. Yeah. 3 years ago. Road Romeo, if you can remember. I think it was Road Romeo. It was one of them. Anyway, so, yeah. It's been a long time. And if that were to be accepted, well, it's probably going to be in the same position as the likes of the Burlap shoes and the Burlap Headwrap, where we're very likely not going to see another Riot helmet skin being accepted at any point in the future. So, for the meantime, it very likely would be a very nice potential thing to put your money towards if it was accepted. So, chat, do you like it? Would you like to consider voting yes or no on the workshop? Let's just get a good look at it at night time. I've got the hiccups. Why have I got the hiccups? I don't know. I have this random thing. Does it mean I'm going to die? So seriously, tell me.
Someday, yes.
What? Oh, I was so keen on living. Alright then, MICRØ. Would you like to put on the Leopard deer skull mask on now? It's deer skull mask, correct? Yes, yeah. Leopard deer skull mask. Sorry about that, MICRØ. I saw the deer skull mask and I probably got very excited to see it. So yes, we have the...
Here it comes, here it comes. Wait.
Here we go. Now, MICRØ, one thing I think we should also put out is maybe you wear the leopard poncho from the week before as well. Lottie apparently didn't bring both of them out at the same time. You are allowed to do that, but he only brought out the poncho last week. And he whipped out this week. So do you have the poncho on hand that you could probably put on as well? I think it would be a nice pairing.
I'm going back. It's been a couple weeks since we had that, wasn't it?
No, we had the bow at the beginning of this year, and about a week or two later, we then had the poncho, if you could remember.
Okay, I found the bow. Let me grab the poncho.
Yep. So yes, gentlemen, deer skull masks. I talked about this earlier, didn't I? We haven't seen that many deer skull masks being accepted. We did see 2 last year, and I got a bit worried about that because I thought with one deer skull mask being accepted and then another one appearing 2 weeks later, I thought, oh god no, we're going to go through that problem we just had with poncho skins where we're going to end up with like 7 of them. Well, that didn't happen, did it? And we have seen some very cool looking deer skull masks being submitted recently, most notably Lunar New Year with the dragon looking one. That looked cool. It wasn't accepted. I'm sad inside. But yeah, deer skull masks have held up their price fairly reasonably. Not the cult one, the Halloween one. That sold too much, unfortunately. But the here we are. Here we go. Just your regular looking Tarzan man. Yep. Mr. MICRØ, give us a spin. Give us a spin. Show us your talent. Show us your good looks.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me to give you a Tarzan yodel or whatever he does.
I don't want to ruin my earphones, Mr. MICRØ. So yeah, this is turning into quite the collection. Maybe this is going to be the one that gets more hide skins and whatnot being made. Lottie, couldn't hurt. We've seen the likes of hide shirt and pant skins being accepted, burlap skins being accepted. Maybe it's not a bad idea to go ahead and make some leopard burlap stuff. Maybe even consider making hoodie and pants. I think a lot of people would like that. Maybe even a leopard rug. But yep, that's the full set so far. Let's see where it goes from here. MICRØ, shall we... Well, don't you dare. Would you like to put on the comics collection, Mr. MICRØ? We have comics, hoodie and pants, version 2. And there's a bit of a story to this. So, yep. Do you remember when Whiteout came out? Lots of people liked it. Lots of people bought it. Still one of the most in-demand skins. So, basically what happened is Blackout came out first. Whiteout came out second. MDE is... I don't want to say lucky because he made it, but MDE has been quite successful with his skin collections. So Whiteout came out, and then I believe, let's just quickly make sure, Legacy made this or submitted this not too long after the Whiteout hoodie and pants came out, and it was a bit too similar. Let's be honest. Yes, you got the cell shading and a comic style and whatnot. That does look cool. It does give it a bit of individuality compared to the likes of the Whiteout collection. That is true. However, it was a white collection and it came out, or was rather, it was submitted ever so closely to the Whiteout collection. So I don't blame Facepunch for turning around and saying, you know what, we don't want too many pure white sets so quickly. We want to give it a bit of a break. Well, you know, recently we've seen the likes of Elite Crate, green camouflage armour being accepted. We've literally just had Arctic Collection, Burlap Arctic Collection being accepted. So I guess it's probably an okay time to give it another shot. You know, it's been well over a year, so let's find out. Gentlemen, do you like what you see? MICRØ, you know what? We could probably have you run into the snow. Go run in the snow. Go become one with the snow. I will still spot him. You could try and hide if you want.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be as good a camo as
so
some of the other items we have.
You just sit there and say when you're ready, good sir, and I'll give you a good look.
I can't do any better than this here.
So, yeah. I mean, you could put the Burlap Headwrap on. That might help out a little bit, because I can see your flesh. I can see your flesh from here. Not sure if I hit you. Oh, yeah, no, that's better. That's a lot better. Yeah. So, if you were to run around in the snowy area, if you were to do a 180 and run the other way, or just along the coast, I guess you could say. What are you throwing on the floor? Yeah, no?
I was littering.
That does do a pretty good job. You are noticeable, of course, because you're running, but no. From a distance, if I was just running past, I could easily miss you. If I was just running along, you could be just mistaken for a patch of grass or something. Like,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, hop back over to here. With the power of flight, he returns. Descend, Master MICRØ. No, you're meant to fly. Now that you're running, it's not as cool. So, yeah. That potentially might be our new white collection. Would you like to see that being accepted, people? Yes or no? The choice is up to you. You can go to the workshop right now. You can vote for it. Yes or no? It's in your hands. If you don't like it so much, you could maybe offer an opinion or two. Maybe you could sit there and say, maybe do this, maybe do that. Or just offer support. That's all you need to do. Mr. MICRØ, shall we now put on the final skin set of this week, or rather for the workshop continuations? Mr. MICRØ, I feel a bit hungry. I think we need to cook something. Mr. MICRØ, do you reckon you could whip out those herbs and spices, get that meat and... Come on, put it on. With the beard. With the beard. Come on, MICRØ. Yes.
Yeah.
Commit.
That's a good point.
Commit, MICRØ. Tell me when you're ready. So, do you remember the secret recipe collection? Do you remember how we started off with the likes of, was it a bucket helmet? Then a satchel charge. We saw a very cool looking grill large box, which I think should be remade as a version 2 and submitted week or two to coincide with the industrial update. MICRØ, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
MICRØ, I would like to have a family bucket, maybe with a bit of gravy. Do you have any? We've got Colonel MICRØ on the case here. Chat. What do you want? What do you want? I got the Uber Eats here. Do you want anything? Do you like beans with your?
No, I'm good. I got my chicken leg here.
So yeah, we have the secret recipe shirt, pants and cap. Now I should point out, I think this is Burlap. If I recall, this is actually Burlap, isn't it? We actually would know, wouldn't we, if we just do the little trick that we found out earlier. So if I just quickly tinker with this, no, I think that's actual pants. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure the shirt is Burlap.
These are Burlap. Both of these are Burlap.
Ah, there you go. Okay, so MICRØ, is it finger licking good? Chat, is this too wacky for you? Put the bucket on now. Put the bucket on. I don't think he can get the bucket on. I don't think we have that ready. My apologies. Do you want to try and
I
get
don't
that
have
on?
it ready, but I could get it quick.
You could get it. All right, you go grab it, and I will sit here and talk about it. So I'm not sure if this is a bit too wacky. Yes, it does reference something outside. Now, the bucket helmet was accepted. The satchel charge was accepted. MICRØ, I think this is your look. Chat, I think we can all vote that for every single Saturday Skin Showcase, Mr. MICRØ has to dress up like this. The helmet, the beard. Okay. Well, he has very affordable meal deals, right? That's not this. But yeah, dance, MICRØ, dance. Do the chicken dance. Do the chicken dance. Come on.
That'd be great if we had a chicken dance in here. I think the best I can do is the twist.
Chicken twist. So, basically, we might see this being accepted. Okay, right, so what we have here, we're not sure if this is a bit too much. It's a funny idea, it's a funny skin set, but basically, do you want that in... Do you want to knock on people's door and say the chicken's ready, and then you start attacking everyone, or we need the meat and we're going to cook you up or something? There's stuff that could happen. I know role players would like that. I know that. But
I can see a lot of role playing going on this set.
What have we
could
become?
definitely work.
What have we become? But yeah, like, I wouldn't say no. I think this might get accepted, but I think it is a bit too wacky. Maybe we'll see it towards the end of February. I don't know. But I don't know. Like, we don't tend to see burlap skin sets being accepted too close to each other. I think Arctic still is well into doing its current thing at the moment. I'm not sure if that's going to be allowed. And as I said, we saw the likes of a secret recipe large box that looked really cool that wasn't accepted. I don't know. I would be surprised if that's accepted. But like I said, we have seen, you know what? It could just be a case of only the caps accepted. And maybe that'll be alright. But what we should also point out is look, you've lost your hair.
Yeah,
that happens.
There is one issue. When I put on my CFM gear, my haircut gets a little scuffed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just the hair. What do you call it? Hair. What do you call it? What do you call it? Hair.
Stress.
No.
That's the effects of stress. Hedge.
When you have to tie your hair up in a net, what do you call it? A hair net. That's it. You don't want any hair in your chicken, do you? Or wait.
That's true.
Don't we cook human meat?
I shaved it as best I could.
Hello, Jojo MSN. Oh, he knows who you are.
Hello, Jojo.
So, I think we're done now. I think we can wrap this up. I think we're all good. So, it's a nice bright day and I feel like chicken in the morning. Mr. MICRØ, is there any final words that you might want to sit here and say in regards to this stream today? Is there anything else that you might want to point out? Have we missed anything? Or is there anything extra that you'd like to say?
There's not a lot left to say here. You know, while we're on the topic of this shirt and pants set, which is again a burlap set.
Yes, it is.
I just want to reignite your memory there for something we saw over the Charitable Rust week we had a few.
Yeah,
back.
yeah. We can bring that up.
You know, I don't know what to do other than just to compare it, but I'll point out that we had this hoodie and pants set here, which was cool, right? It's got a very cool like chef's appearance or whatever. But you know, the point I want to mention here is with the apron. You know, this has the hoodie and the pants working together to kind of give that the apron its look. You know, like there really is no way for a garment to cover both your upper body and lower body at the same time. An apron type thing would not be possible. But he's used the power of skin magic here to have the pants and hoodie working perfect combination there to give the appearance of him wearing an apron that extends down below the waistline. And the same thing was done here with this CFM set, where it gives you the look of having that food service apron going a little bit down past the waist. So that's something that we don't see. I mean, a lot of times we see skins that do work together, like the theme carries over between the two, but it's not always that we see two things where like one garment overlaps onto the other and it's like baked into the skin that way. So that was a cool idea that we saw for Charitable Rust. That was Milo Frito's set.
I know Rainbirds would know. He's the one that raised the most money.
Oh, is that right? For Charitable Rust?
Yeah, he got a ridiculous amount of money donated.
Oh, that's pog. I didn't know.
How could you forget? I'll remind you if you want.
I didn't know he had the accolade of being highest earner or anything.
I swear he was.
That's
fantastic. Would you like to
Love
correct
to
us if I'm wrong, Mr. Rainbirds? I know you're there. We came third. Oh, damn. Well,
man,
it's still good.
Still amazing.
Still amazing.
Awesome, though.
So yeah, that was...
Actually we since we're on the topic, I might as well just chime in and say we recently got the results back from Charitable Rust.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, the campaign altogether raised a total of $253,796.
And that worked out very nicely, didn't it?
Yeah. That pushed the Charitable Rust total net funding or charitable contributions over the $1 million mark. They made it to like $1,060,000 or something like that. So that was another great charitable cause and experience we had this year. Personally, I'm looking forward to it next year, and maybe Rainbirds and his team can get past the 3rd place mark, 2nd place, 1st place, most charitable team 2023. Let's go. Let's see it. It'll be cool.
We got stuck in a maze. Well, you did. I was all right.
I was lost. I was purely dependent on you to get me out.
Right. So
looks good. Yeah, we had a busy week this week in terms of continuation. So appreciate everybody for sticking around through our journey here today. I don't know, was that longer than usual? I think it was.
It was a bit longer than usual, but we did have a
ton of continuation.
I can cut out. We had the mistake with the furnace, so I can cut that out. And no, don't worry, it's fine. We had fun. We enjoy doing it. People here enjoy seeing it. We do it. We show it off. We talk about the prices and the things and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just takes a long time to sit here and talk about certain things. So as long as we enjoy ourselves, Mr. MICRØ, there's nothing wrong with it. So, Mr. MICRØ, any words for a goodbye? What are you doing? Stop it.
Just saying thanks to everybody out there in the chat, and looking forward to seeing you all back next week.
Sorry, but yeah. Oh, we had to do the thing from the thumbnail.
From the thumbnail, yeah.
Oh, you got a sore nose there. Let me just get that.
Don't shoot. Ow.
All right then. So thank you very much for watching. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll see what happens with next week. We've got a whole bunch of Valentine skins to show off next week, because as I said, throughout all of the stream, we have all of our Valentine submissions this week, no regular skins, but next week we'll have a whole bunch of interesting skins for the actual Rust rotation, and in 2 weeks' time, we will have Valentine skins only for the Rust rotation. So, keep an eye out for those player numbers. Enjoy the industrial update. Let's see how many people will be playing on the day next week. Let's see what the skins are next week. Mr. MICRØ, give me a piece of that chicken and sort your nose out. Thank you very much. And
see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.